Okay, we're going to have a brief look at the career numbers so far of Patrik Laine's career in the NHL. He's played 2 full seasons, and he's had, obviously this season has gone, he got to the playoffs and he played 17 games in the playoffs. So let's have a look at his season totals. First season 2016-2017, he plays in 73 games. He is injured for 9 games. He had a severe concussion whilst playing against the Colorado Avalanche. You just have to look at Patrik Laine getting run over. He's not on the same planet as everyone else, and rightly they did stand him down for a lengthy period of time. They did look after him. Even though he missed 9 games, he still managed to come away with 36 goals, 28 assists, and 64 points in his rookie season. He managed to get 26 penalty minutes. So he can throw the body around and give away the odd penalty here or there. So he gave away 13 penalties in his first season, which is not bad going. It's pretty disciplined. Everyone was waiting to see what he would do in the second season. People were saying he was a very one-dimensional player. You know, he's just got a slap shot on him. He hasn't quite got the foot speed of Auston Matthews. Well, let's have a look and see what he did in the second season, shall we? He played every single regular season game. 44 goals, 26 assists. So his assists are going down, but his goal scoring has gone up. He got 70 points and 24 penalty minutes. So he's more disciplined. He's more all-round. He did get a lot of assists towards the end of the season. And he was in the running for the Rocket Richard until he got a puck to the foot, and there was concerns that he may not finish out the season, miss a few games, get himself fresh for the playoffs, which may have affected his playoff performance. And people were saying he hasn't quite done it in the playoffs yet. He got to a conference final, and he scored some crucial goals along the way, and he also got a lot of assists, but he wasn't the main star. But pretty decent numbers. He's an out-and-out goal scorer. That's his job. He's a goal scorer. He isn't. He's the new Alexander Ovechkin. He's there to score goals. Assists are secondary. He can only get better. He won't peak for another 4, 5, 6 years. That's what's scary. He's projected to get even better. Let's look at his playoff total, shall we? He played 17 games in this year's playoffs. He got 5 goals, 7 assists. So he was actually more creative in the playoffs to bring other players into play, and he got 12 points in total and only 4 penalty minutes. So to say he hasn't done it in the playoffs, okay, it's a small sample size, it's one playoff run, but he got some points, and he actually was more creative in the playoffs than in regular season. On a small sample size, that's only 17 games. If you look at, and bear in mind, playoff hockey is harder than regular season, because this is the best that have got through to the postseason. These are the best 16 teams that have made it to this point. And he got to a conference final. It's his first experience of playoff hockey. For most of his teammates, it was their first experience of playoff hockey. Very few of them were there in 2015 when the Jets got to the playoffs and were swept in the first round by the Ducks. And even fewer of them, you know, had playoff experience as players, not just as a team, as players. So it was an experience for all of them concerned. I mean, Dustin Byfuglien, Blake Wheeler, Mark Scheifele, they have been there before. But for Laine and some of his other young teammates, first experience of playoff hockey. And to be fair, he didn't do too bad. People are constantly comparing him to Auston Matthews because he was drafted second and Auston Matthews drafted first. But I will say this. Patrik Laine is a winger. Auston Matthews is a centre. Laine's main job is this column, the goals. And his goal totals were up. His assist totals were down, but his points totals were up. Yes, he did play those 9 games that he missed last year because of injury. His job and his role on the team is to be the finisher. Auston Matthews is a centre, therefore he's meant to be a bit more creative and be a bit more of a two-way player. Although Laine did, obviously, clearly, his defensive responsibilities, he's putting in the physical shift. He is developing his game. We will compare him to Auston Matthews, but so far, he's only in his second season. This will be his third season. He was in the running for the Rocket Richard until the last 3 weeks of the regular season when he had that foot injury, but he played through whilst injured, which shows his commitment. He was in the running for the Rocket Richard. He was runner-up. So I can see him being a future Rocket Richard winner. Ovechkin is peaked and is now on the slow downswing. Laine, he's got the best years ahead of him. So from now until he's 30, that's when he's going to be at his most effective, and he will get better. Playoffs, the Jets look very likely to go back and are very likely, and people's outside pick for the Cup. So he's going to have more playoff games in the next couple of years. His playoff numbers, they are interesting, but he's got 5 goals and 7 assists, so he can put put the puck in the net and get his teammates to put the puck in the net. And he got 12 points in 17 games. That's not a bad return for his first playoff appearance. And in an inexperienced playoff side, that's not too bad. Not too bad. They can take that next step. But I'm more grounded about these young players. It's harder to score now than it was 20, 30 years ago when Gretzky and Messier, for example, and Lemieux were the main men. It is harder to score. So to have as many goals as he has already, and you add them up, he's nearly got 100 goals already. He's not doing too bad. To have the amount of assists and the amount of points he's got already, he's not doing too bad. He's doing reasonably well. He's going to get better. But watch that goal column to go up. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. We will do a comparison video. We will do the Auston Matthews video, and then we can sit down and compare them both, and you can make your own mind up on what you feel, who you feel is the better of the two players, who's got the more upside. Laine has had only one injury layoff. Matthews has had 4 or 5. So that has helped Laine's development. He's had that extra ice time. He's had those extra games. He's had a long run into the playoffs, not just going out in the first round. He's got through to the conference final. So he knows what it's like to play against tougher and tougher opposition, play a lot of overtime. Matthews, yes, he's been to the playoffs 2 years running, but he hasn't got out of the first round yet, and he's actually played less playoff games. So at the end of the third season, we can probably compare the two. But they do play different roles for their teams, and their positioning is different. One's a winger, one's a centre. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your own thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.